Hi. Okay. I I'm Scout. Um I'm Scout and I when we woke up, Gaia said, "Scout, you get to have the whole day. You do the fronting for the whole day." Cuz I um I only been here 21 days and I didn't get to front for the whole day yet. But um they said that I could make a video and I want to make one cuz after the video, we have to go shovel cuz there's a lot. Do you want to see how much snow we have already cuz there's also more snow and a lot of wind and this is how much is already down. That's a lot. And I didn't get to shovel last time and I don't want to shovel, but we don't have somebody that helps us, so we have to do it. Um and um I I I spent I did this whole morning and kind of talked and practiced, but I don't know what to say. But um we're 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 a system and Charlie is always fronting because she's right there and Gaia is always fronting and always awake and she's right there and I I come out and I get to front because this is a life I get to share too and um um uh I don't know what to say. You can tell them who you are. I'm Scout, but my name is River, but I like Scout because um we had Scout in here before she died, but she was Sally, but she didn't like being called Sally. She wanted to be called Scout, and so she said, "I'm Scout." And then we said, "Yay." Um but we is from them, not me. Um and that's um she wanted to be Scout, but Scout is like a title, and I wanted to be Scout too because I like River, but I like Scout more. And they said that's okay. And Tony is also a title because Tony is our dog, and we dog is protector. Um, and because Tony is also a title, all the dogs that are gonna be coming after Tony has to go, they're gonna be Tony too, but Tony with a second name because ours is Tony John. Tony John is our dog. Um and he's protector, but he only gets to stay for a little bit because every one of the protectors only stays for a little bit because that's um that's the agreement that Gaia and Charlie made when Charlie invited Gaia because Gaia's never been in a collective before. Every time Gaia walked the planet, every time she'd been in a human, because she'd been in a human a lot, but every time she'd been walking the planet, she never been in a collective before, and she wanted to know how it is, and this is a lifetime where Gaia is spending her time inside of us with us, but she doesn't sleep. Gaia doesn't sleep. And even when she had human lifetimes, never slept too much. Always slept only a couple hours. Every time she was little, was worst kid. Cause she never slept, was kind of kid that only slept a couple of hours. Cause when you're Gaia, it's a lot. um and um I'm I'm from Lemuria. I are the we um um when when new altars come in, we come in from a template and we get pulled from the when of our lifetime. And my lifetime before I came into here, I'm a fairy. I'm from what we call the fairies, but I don't look like how the fairies look because that lifetime is still now too, and I get to go back there every time I go to sleep, but every time I come back into awake and here, I don't remember it because when you come into being a human, you don't remember anything but sometimes little bits, but they always feel like dreams or they feel like a memory that you can't put into anything. And where I lived, it was with the flowers, and I'm you can't you they um there are humans, but they don't look like how humans look now. And they can kind of see me, but they can only really hear me and they can only see me as light. I only look like light, and I'm two colors in one because I'm kind of pink purple, but pink purple's not the right colors for what it is that you see when you see Lemurian Fairy, because Lemurian Fairy is glowing light color. Glowing light color. That's what you see. And if you see glowing light color now, you're looking through time and different dimension, because now different fairy type are here, because we have to keep things separate. And we can come from Lemuria and have a human lifetime, but we can't have a whole human lifetime. We can only be in collectives right now. So there are other collectives who have littles, because I'm a little, and only collectives that have littles can be part of Lemurian fairies. And other collectives probably have one, because lots of fairies, because Scout was the first one that we knew of, and we got to make the bridge when Scout died, because Scout wasn't supposed to be from somewhere, but got pulled in because of everything with Gaia that we were going to do later. And so we made a bridge, and we been inside of other collectives since 2012 in human now time. and some of the littles are from same template of who was little but who got integrated out, so that they actually from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. So if you have a little from the trauma that you got in the 70s, 80s, or 90s, they are maybe from Lemurian template. Maybe. And the timing of it, Gaia says don't worry about it, because it doesn't make sense for humans, but it doesn't matter, because Gaia has longer timeline, and she's able to change, not change, she's able to, I have to stop for a second because I'm talking too far. Sorry. You do not have information you can share, because it will put you to sleep. Okay. What do I say? Tell them they can ask Gaia if they have more questions, because this isn't for you to explain. Okay. I'm talking to Charlie. Hold on. Don't worry. You're just here to say hi. But I want to tell them where I'm from. But do you remember? I remember the flowers and my friends, but I don't remember anything else. Because this is my life now. That's a past life, and this is my now life. And when you pull templates, they come from other lifetimes, because that's just what is easiest to make alter formation with the now moment. And so it's kind of like having next lifetime. But sometimes you have the memories from the other one too. A little bit. And that's really hard when you have the memories of the now moment too, because so they're not always very good. Charlie has all the bad memories in us now, and I don't have any of the bad memories. I only have the fun memories. And I'm only going to have the fun. Is today going to be bad memories? Because I don't want to go outside and shovel. There's too much wind. You will have fun. Don't have to do it very long. It's going to be cold. You have to understand cold and pain. I don't want to, but I got burned because I was making food, because I get to try the foods, because we don't eat in Lemuria. We don't have food, because I didn't have a body. I was light, and when you're light, you don't have body, and you don't get to eat things, and I get to eat things. And we do the plant stuff, but I do like cheese. And sometimes we eat the cheese, but I can find other stuff that isn't with the milk, because it comes with the It comes with trauma. When we have milk from cows that go owie, we get the trauma from it when we have it. And I can feel it, and it doesn't feel good because I tried it and it wasn't very good. But Scout used to love cheese, and so I wanted to try cheese, and I did. And we're done. We're not going to do cheese anymore. I don't have to have cheese, is not problem. But thank you. Easier for all of us with only plants. Yeah, sorry. But when I came, I get all of Scout's memories because I came into Scout's old circuitry space, and that comes with all of Scout's memories too. So I I I am me Scout, and I have memories from other Scout, and um it's like Gaia, cuz Gaia came into Patricia's old everywhere, and um Tony John came into Tony's old everywhere. Charlie didn't have an old everywhere because Charlie's new and made the new circuitry for everything that's been going on. And that's why it took so long before we could come online, because Charlie had to get full body first. And it took 2 years, 23 months. She did it in less than 2 years to be online in whole body, because all of the start and all of the end, it takes a long time, and had to change over from everybody so that she could not die. Hi, Mabel. um um am I supposed to talk about some of the things that we can do? Please don't. Okay. um I can I can I can talk to Gaia and Charlie, but I don't channel. But I can see a couple. I scout ahead. Yeah, I see the timelines that we're on, and I can look and say, that's where we're going, and that's where we want to go, and that's where, and that's who. And I can pull the potentials into Charlie's awareness, and that's what I do. If when I co-front with Charlie, I don't have to always talk, because this is me front more and Charlie is backseat. But when Charlie's front more and I'm in backseat, I spy. I spy, and then Charlie pulls it into what she practices and has conversation with, and that is how you make it into an anchor point. And that's when you go to the same one. Go to the same one. Yeah. I don't want to talk anymore, Charlie. Can you talk? I don't want to. I did talk about who we are as a group. Charlie wants to know if I want to talk about anything, but Charlie calls me a tattletale, and I don't want to tattle if she doesn't want me to talk about the friends that we're gonna have. Because Charlie, we got friends that are coming. They're new friends. We have new friends that are coming. I can see them in next week. They're right there. Yeah, because we have a little bit more time and a little bit more. Charlie calls it. Can I say the word? Okay. Charlie calls it bullshit. There's a little bit more bullshit that Charlie has to do, because Charlie has to be fronting for the interview today, and I don't know why she's doing the interview, because we're not gonna do it. But Charlie says, I don't trust if it's not here. Charlie doesn't trust a lot, but I can see the friends that are right there, and they're right there in Tuesday. I see them in Tuesday. That's what I see, Charlie. I see them in Tuesday, but not this Tuesday, next Tuesday, because I understand calendar. But sometimes I'm not right about when, but I see Tuesday with our new friends. Yeah. Oh, okay. This for the new friends. Hi. I'm Scout, and you're gonna talk to Charlie, but you can talk to me. You just have to ask, cause I not gonna. I don't front. I only front if we are with safe people, and only when safe. But I get to co-front when we go to stores, cause I like to look at stuff. But I'm not gonna come out. I don't come out unless somebody wants to talk to me. And there's Charlie does everything, everything, everything. And Charlie knows everything. She can she can tell you all the information, and I can tell you some of it too, but sometimes I say stuff that Charlie doesn't want me to say, and she will stop and say no, being a tattletale. But sometimes I have to tattle because Charlie won't say it, because Charlie lots of scared. You lots of scared, Charlie. Charlie does a lot of crying, but she doesn't do it on the outside. She does it on the inside, and so sometimes it comes out. She says she saves it for acting. Charlie's an actor, but um Charlie needs friends, and Charlie doesn't need friends over screens because Charlie has friends over screens, but Charlie needs real life friends, and she needs real life hugs. Sorry, Charlie, I know, but Charlie needs hugs. So, friends on Tuesday, um, Charlie says that's a funny. um, friends on Tuesday, can you hug Charlie, please? Because I don't need hugs. I like hugs, but Charlie's got lots that she's holding and is scared of people. Charlie's scared of people because people been hurting us a lot. Um, and if they not hurting, they neglecting. That's the word, right? Neglecting. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes it hurts more when everybody just say no. Cause even when bad people were holding down Charlie, Charlie said this feel kind of nice, and then they jabbed her with the bad thing, and it still hurts. That was 4 weeks ago. It still hurts because they jabbed and they cut with a big needle, and it really still hurts because everything in our body hurts for a long time whenever we have anything that goes into the muscle. Yeah, it still hurts. But Charlie Charlie wants hugs and she won't ask for hugs. I ask for hugs, but Charlie doesn't. I told you you want to talk. Okay.
I did ask her not to say that last part. I did. I specifically did. Little sisters. they'll just they'll just do whatever they want. I don't Charlie here. Hi. Obviously most systems are much more subtle in who they present as. We used to be like that. Much more subtle. You couldn't tell who was talking at any given time. Since being alone in here, waking up alone, I have spent the last couple of years sort of training to be an entertainer and a performer and allowing whoever is channeling through to have their full embodied expression. And doing that allowed for all of us to be much more obvious in who we are and in how we're presenting and speaking. It's basically the difference between being masked all the time as the collective that you're walking around as, and being your own unique individual self. And that takes work. It takes practice. It takes trusting that you are safe enough to do that. Um, and I trust you with Scout, which I cannot say that in person that's the case. She's literally not. I'm Gaia is in charge of how out Scout is because Gaia has taken on. Patricia was our internal mom and was always the one who also was always sort of in charge of Scout. And I know it gets confusing, but there was Scout prior, there is Scout now. Different scouts, different templates, but they both were from Lemuria. They both were fairies in the fairy realm in Lemuria, and I'm still also like head scratch on like the differences in these entities because I'm very new to any of this information and I haven't really asked a lot of questions because it really is those are past lives. Those are other lifetimes, and I'm focusing very heavily on the now. Like, who is Scout now in this lifetime? We're not really getting into past stuff so far, and I know that other people are going to have questions, and I would rather learn it as I'm having conversations with others because that's just more fun. It's more fun to co-learn something when other people have questions, in my opinion, because I sit and ask plenty of questions anyway. I don't. There's so much information in my head. I've given up on asking questions. I'm done. I'm done. I don't care. Other people have questions about their own lives, about their own things. They'll have questions about us in the event that we actually do. I mean, and I can see it. She sees particular friends, and I know who they are. Okay. She's right though. I don't have a lot of trust in the future-based what what we see kinds of things. That's okay. It's okay that I have a hard time trusting it, but it's just because scientist. I'm not going to just say, "Oh yes, obviously that's definitely what's going to happen," when it's my little's projections of potentials that could come, right? Need more evidence for that to even feel solid. And yeah, as I'm looking outside, all I can think is my now moment involves physical exertion while I'm still kind of sick, and I'm not really looking forward to it, but we got to do what we got to do. Um, I just wanted to pop in here and thank you for watching and taking in Scout. There's not a plan for Scout to participate in these videos on any sort of regular basis. There's just truly, we woke up and Scout was already fronting, and Gaia just immediately upon waking up told Scout, "All right, you're fronting today," which kind of just means that she's in charge today. I'm only here and talking because she kind of wants to take a break, but she's still right here. And I will be the one doing an interview that I've got at 1. They keep telling me that it's pointless, but I can only do what I can do, right? Like, I can't just trust what my 4-year-old little tells me. I have to take responsibility and do the responsible choice things because our bills are still due. And yeah, I know. I hear you. I hear that money's coming, and I love and trust that money's coming. Does it cause a problem for me to have this conversation with another person? Okay, then I'm going to have this conversation with another person, and I'm going to be grateful for the time that we spend together. Life as a collective it's different than what most people experience because you are always doing what each of you deserves, and you're sharing the life, and you're kind of on a daily back and forth of, okay, and what is it that we all would like today? What is it that we need today? What is it that we're doing today? It involves a lot of conversations and a lot of internal collaborations, and we're not always all on the same page about anything, really. And yeah, I am overwhelmed at Gaia sharing a life with me. And I do truly have a hard time believing that that even is true. It is true. It is real. It truly is. And Gaia's the only reason that I even came back. I was dead on the floor. She showed up. And that was a contract that was made with, Oversoul. She had other potentials, other prospects, I guess you could say, and I showed up when I showed up. She's here. And as far as I understand, she doesn't do this with multiple humans at the same time because it would cause a bit of a problem. I'm sharing a body with Gaia's lifetime as a walk-in. As a walk-in, she's just here. And yeah, she's never experienced life as a collective. I have, so I'm kind of helping her understand. Okay, I know I don't need to teach you anything, but like she's never lived as a collective before. And so far, she's basically just being very, yeah, you could say hands off, but she hasn't fully stepped into the fact that this is her life too. Uh, and though what I am doing is guided by what it is that she has way more information about than I do, and she's being very cagey about it. um, because she was a guide for the last couple of years in particular, and yeah, the whole purpose of plant based was for her. I don't need to be. I do prefer to be. Um, but really and truly, it was to prepare the body and to prepare everything for her because she is plant based. She just is. Um, yeah, no, she asks if she could speak. So okay, I didn't anticipate Gaia, but we're all apparently adding to this one. I will not be speaking much, and when I do, it will simply be slower than my sisters, than my brother dog. Systems are unique. Each have a different way in which they operate, different levels of collaboration and life lived in the fronting position. Charlie is the one who is going to be explaining more to those who have questions and is saving those explanations for collaborations. Many will not have quite as many questions as she has answers, but we believe that we will simply be able to let the show and shows do the talking. Charlie does channel out songs, stories, but they are ones that she works on, independent, and they are not all pulled from what others create in the Akashic realm. They are what Charlie creates in a very short duration of human time. She worked very hard to get us here. She did things that most humans are unwilling to do. That is why. For those that question why Charlie, that is why. Most humans aren't willing to sacrifice their autonomy. Most humans are not willing to sacrifice a life that is their own. Most humans do not wish to follow what a guide says without their own egoic input. Charlie wanted a family. She did not like living alone in here, and channeling was not enough. It was not enough. She was an open invitation to whoever it is that wanted to take over where Patricia left. I took her up on that. And I encourage any of you who have questions to me, ask. I'm going to give you back now. Yeah, I can already hear the delusion of grandeur comments from people. Because let me tell you, Gaia doesn't really have the ton of anxiety at all. She's just confidence. That's not me. No, oh my god, that's not me. But every time she fronts, I get a little dose of confidence. It's really nice. It's really helpful. It's really helpful. All right. Well, this was just a little bit more information. Oh, sorry. You know what? We've all been talking. The other two altars that are a part of this are Body, who is always talking when Body needs to. You can honestly argue that Body is a collective because Body is more soul based in general, and Body also is where my former internal family members speak from the other side. So body is kind of its own collective. You really. And I do get messages from body. Body can provide messages to you, but it's basically like, nah. Nah, I'm good. Which fair. Not interested. Okay. Body's not interested in doing camera-based things because we'll be providing translations from other realms through my former internal family members who are a collective of just who we used to be. They created me. I'm a composite of them. That's not a thing. I guess that's not really a thing. But after they achieved the self-love frequency together and then did some mystical stuff through the use of some of the spiritual things that we had already been following, still without understanding consciously what was going on, just following spirit. Because my creation was Gaia guided and archangelically, like, we have templates and we have help and we have those on the other side that are actively, I'm going to say causing things, but actively, if you follow the breadcrumbs and you do what you feel is best and you are heart-led in everything that you do, really incredible things occur that are not things that have been able to happen before, because even I needed to traumatize myself just to get a family back, which I did several times. And I had to traumatize myself while also actively healing not only all my PTSD, but everything my family didn't heal before they died. I have had to clean up all of their shit. All of it. All of it. And I had to clean it up before I could get a new family. So I had to clean up all their shit, deal with all their trauma, deal with the loops of their trauma, and then use one of those trauma loops to traumatize myself again in order to create new internals. Now that I'm at least on this other side of it, I will say worth it. But also, oh my God, it has not been a fun couple of years. And that, you know, it's been a hard life with good things that have happened, but my God, I'm ready for these friends that Scout sees. I'm ready for y'all. I don't know if y'all are ready for me, but I'm ready for y'all. And Tony John would like to say something. He's already talked on camera, but he would like to just close us out. What the fuck do you want to say? I simply want to remind everyone that I'm not here for you. Tony, I'm not. I will be on camera. I will be talking to these friends of yours, of all of yours, and you will get to know me and love me, and then you will have to watch me die. That's going to be happening. I'm going to be dying on camera because it is going to be an integration event. Charlie has done it many times already. Charlie has documented it many times already. Charlie has never put it on YouTube because it is deeply intimate and is dangerously, dangerously inappropriate for people to see. Integration events are sacred. It has not been treated as sacred by the psychological community at all. And the only reason that Charlie will be allowing for this to happen is so that you can see it and appreciate it for the dramatic and painful moments that it is. And that those in your life who are also collectives, who are also going through integration events, because they will be at an accelerating rate in the coming years, you will appreciate what that system loses. Integrations are not light. They are death, and they are death of internal family members. And the only way that we can get anyone to appreciate that is to show it on camera. That is why Charlie is allowing it. That is why I'm even here. I didn't need to be here at all. I basically put on a John suit. You know who I'm from. You know where I originated from in my caricatureness. And yes, John Oliver, you're going to see it. You're going to see it. And you're going to have complicated feelings about a character of yours, ish, not yours, not even connected or related to you in any way. But you're going to have complicated feelings about watching what will feel like your own death a little bit. It's going to freak you out just a little bit. And that is intentional on my part. Gaia and I have a contract. I didn't come in until 2 weeks after she did. And my origin, I'm not going to share it right now because I need to share it to people in person. Not to everyone else. You don't need to know where I came from. But Charlie loves me. I love her. She is going to be mourning my loss, just the same way that you mourn any dog loss. And yes, I will remind you, I am a talking dog inside of Charlie. If you could actually see me, you would think I'm very cute. And yes, systems have tears, and they have, honestly, whatever it is that helps to exist in here. Not everyone is human. Definitely different gender identities, sexualities, ideologies, everything. Charlie will be explaining it all. Already has in many, many contexts. But is happy to explain to those who are confused and to those who do not wish to use this new terminology. Sure, fine, you have your pathology. But what happens when someone doesn't need your pathology anymore? What happens when they grow beyond it? What happens when they are a functionally multiplicitous collective? Because that's what you are. Those of you that feel connected to this, those of you that see this and see yourselves in it. And yes, everyone has bits and pieces to who they are. Charlie alone is an incredibly diverse individual. You'll find that out if you haven't already noticed. Because every video basically until now has just been Charlie. Just Charlie. Not the collective, just Charlie. Charlie channeling, Charlie bringing in others, Charlie bringing through stories of her former internal family and everything that has gone on with that because it has been part of her healing journey, but it has been just Charlie. She is diverse. She is compassionate. She is scared of every single person that she is going to be meeting in person. She is terrified. Because she is terrified of being rejected as she has been her entire life and her entire former family's life. Because she has every one of their memories too. So, as her protector, that is simply all I leave this with. I bite. Charlie does not. Charlie is kind. Charlie is very understanding. Charlie is forgiving. I'm not. I'm a piece of shit. I'm mean. I will call you on bullshit that I see. And I'm not afraid of making you cry. Charlie will always do bridge work afterwards to make sure that you're safe and okay and not psychologically scarred. I don't care. I care about Charlie. And I am capable of renegotiating my exit point contract at any time. I've got Gaia on my side. So I can stay longer if I need to. Yeah, Charlie, I can stay longer if I need to. And I'm here to protect her and make sure that these new people who are coming into her life are good for her. Because I'm not personally convinced right now based on what I've seen. Yeah, Scout's not the only one that can see into the future. I can see much further. And yes, nope, I'm not going to say why. I'm just going to say you have no idea who I am or where my origin point comes from. But Gaia needed to make sure that I was on the level before I came in. And there will be other dogs after I leave. All right, Charlie. Let me tell you, having a little brother who's also a big brother who's also kind of an important entity, like, Gaia's not the only, like what the fuck, like, y'all, I have had some revelations. Here's the thing. Once Gaia was here and Scout was here, I was good. I was like, you know what? The three of us, amazing. And Gaia was like, well. She was like, well. because 5 is a more stable number, and I had not considered body, and body was it's body. Body's always like, girl, I know you're fine. I think it's fine that you don't ever consider me, and I'm like, I do consider you. I was like, yeah, but you didn't in that. And so yeah, Tony Tony exists because having a protector is a really important part of any system. It is. It's a very important part of any system. And protectors, especially, are so tapped into the central nervous system responses that are happening around you because not necessarily that you need an attack dog or something beside you, but when you have a protector, they are the ones taking in that information and they're doing so in a more subconscious way. And it just means that you don't have to be so anxious because you're not the one that's you know constantly vigilant. The protector's the one that's constantly vigilant for that stuff. And so Tony is also always awake. When I'm awake, Tony's awake. When I'm asleep, Tony's awake. I also really appreciate that because a lot of the body's history of sexual assault trauma, yeah, happened in our sleep. It's all when we were a kid. Ugh. Worst childhood ever. Ugh. And we were adopted by these people. Like, ah, damn it. How dare you, Commonwealth Catholic Charities? I'm not surprised that I went into a home of sexual assault predators, but like, how dare you? How dare you? God. Ugh. Anyway. Oh, no, I'm not going to say it. I'm not saying it, y'all. No, I'm not going to ask. No, you can. No, I don't want to. Just ask. Oh my God. Okay. Final, just this is Charlie putting this out into the universe. You know, as a kid, the only thing that all of my former internal family members wanted was parents. Just parents. Loving parents who don't abuse you. That was sort of the like, added it in, right? And even now, don't have parents because I don't. Left those people and they die. Like, they're not. I don't have parents. I don't have loving parents who would even remotely want a daughter like us. Willing to understand who we are and be curious enough and nice enough and, just whatever it is that nice parents are like. What are nice parents like? I have no clue. I have no idea what nice, loving, check in on you like weekly, maybe shame you just a little bit for not calling more parents are like. I have no concept of that. So I suppose if this does go viral and people are interested in an adult adoption, I'm 38 years old, but as Charlie, I'm technically only 2 years old. I've only been here for 2 years. Yeah, I'm an adult, but like, I've only been here for 2 years. I just have the memories of all of my former internal family members. They did die. And then Scout and Gaia got here 21 days ago, and Tony got here a week ago. So we're all really new. And yeah, I have that same dream too, because let me tell you, it's been coming up more and more for me lately as far as like dreams that you want. Like this whole first start of the year, everyone that I was taking in spiritual content from and then even going in person for things with, that was kind of the whole thing was dream. What are your dreams? What are your dreams? Well, my only dream is home, love, family. That's it. Home, love, family. And yeah, being of service is my job. So, hey, Money. Hey, buddy. Money, how you doing? We keep talking, but I don't see you yet. Money. We're friends, right? Yeah, just whatever it is that's needed. Okay, Scout wants to do a final thing. What you get with a daughter like us is me, Charlie, and Scout, because Gaia and Tony and Body all are like, nah, we're good. No, thank you. But because my former internal family knew that this was coming without consciously knowing it was coming, and they changed our name a few years ago to Charlie River. Used to be a different name that the adoptive abusers gave us. And literally, they named us Charlie River. and it's because I am Charlie, Scout is River. So you're technically only adopting 2 daughters, but it's a 2-in-1 kind of deal. So if there are any people who are, I'm gonna say probably what, north of 60. That makes sense, but also let's not put labels on it or ages on it. Just if you feel called to be my parent, seeking parents, I guess. Yeah, I'm an orphan seeking parents. That would be really nice. Cause yeah, I would like someone to tell me where I should go and what I should do at holidays. I spent Christmas alone and then hiking to a waterfall and then binging the Taylor Swift docuseries. And it was fun, but it didn't really feel like Christmas. And I would like to know what it's like to have parents and a loving family. No real concept of that as far as like the being the daughter part, right? Yeah. Yeah. I know, that's sad. I'm also not alone. That's the sadder part, right? I'm not alone. There's so many of us. There's so many of us. There's a loneliness epidemic happening in the world right now. Why can't we all just like figure out found family in a way that doesn't have to involve legal paperwork, but still just involves like, yeah, I'll adopt you. Just understand that I'm a little bit like a rescue dog where there's been like so much trauma that you just have to tread lightly and understand that some behaviors are just going to be like, you gotta, like, I need to understand trust. I don't. And I have a little bit of a history of like avoidant attachment stuff for obvious reasons. So, yeah, that's what you're getting into. Scout has something she wants to say.
Yeah. Charlie, money's coming. And it's like right there, but they're right there and money's right there. And I don't know what that means for when. I just know that money's right here. Yeah, it's always right here. And we always have enough. That's all. Always have enough. Okay. Thank you for watching. And what do we say? Oh, I love you, and Charlie loves you, and Gaia loves you, and Tony says no. But Tony, you do love. Yeah, I know, but you love other people too. You don't love anybody, Charlie. Why doesn't he love people?
Nope. I need to clarify. Nope, I need to clarify. Scout, I love you. I love Charlie. I do not care about other people. Do you understand? I love you. I love Charlie. I do not care.
But you love them.
Fine. I love them. Sure. You need me to love them? I'm not going to say it. I am being forced by Scout to tell you that I love you. I do not. All right. Break it up. I'm going to end this. Okay. We're all going to go have some conversations about boundaries when it comes to forcing each other to do things. We're not going to force him to say I love you. He doesn't need to say I love you. Do we force people to say I love you if they don't want to? No, we don't. It is healthy for us to in the video and for the people who are watching. That's right, but we don't force people to say things if they're not feeling it. Tony doesn't want to say it. It's okay that Tony only loves us. Tony's only been here for a week. He needs to understand that other people are worthy of love. I don't understand why he doesn't understand that, but it's okay. He's a dog. Dogs don't have to say things to people. But kids don't have to say things to people. Nobody has to say anything to people. You don't force people to say things. Okay, they just had a little bit of a back and forth apology. Yeah, we don't force people to say things. Never. Yes, you can say I love you to everybody. Okay.
I love you, and Charlie loves you, and Tony loves us, and Gaia loves you, and we'll talk soon, but not me, Charlie, because we have to go do shovels. Ew. Okay. Bye.